Great. Welcome everybody to this session that you joined in to hear more about the Master in Fashion Photography from Raffles Milano, the largest network of design. So in the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to explain more about this program and just a little household keeping items to cover with you. First of all, you can indeed say where you're logging in from. I see already some people doing that, so great to see. And welcome everybody. Also important, you can write your questions at any time through the panel next to it called questions. If you do it there, we make sure not to miss any. And we'll be answering them at the end. Also, I will be opening up a couple of polls throughout the sessions just to get some more feedback from you and get to know you a little bit better. So thank you also for providing answers there. And last but not least, you can also interact with us with what I like to call the fun button. It's called React at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, you can indeed, give us feedback so we know that you're logging in and hearing us fine as well. So thanks for doing that. And without further ado, let's go over to the presenter. We go to Milan, where there is Giacomo, and he will introduce himself in the program.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Luke, for the introduction, and thank you all for being with us today. We are here to present the Master in Fashion Photography at Raffles Milano. As Luke mentioned, we are the largest education network in the world, but today we will focus on a specific master course, which is the one in fashion photography. Sorry. Before moving on, I would like to add that you can find the brochure of the course as well as our admission process and fees in the apps section of the interactive bar under handouts. So I strongly encourage you to download such documents. We will go through them during this presentation, but it's always good to have a copy of each of them. So don't be shy. Start asking your question even during my presentation. It will be interactive. I will show you a student's project. I will show you the course brochure. And without further ado, let's get started. So, a few words of introduction about Raffles Milano. You've seen some keywords in the presentation video, and I would like to spend a little words on our identity, our core. Raffles Milano is the European hub of a larger education network, which was born in Singapore in the 1990s. And then it expanded all over Asia with several design schools. So all schools dedicated to the creativity, design, fashion, visual arts, and so on. In Asia, in Thailand, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Vietnam, in Singapore, of course, where our headquarters are, in China, but also in India and in Middle East. But at some point, Raffles Education Network decided to open a school in Milano. And why Milano? I think it's a an obvious choice because it's the center of design, fashion, and creativity in Europe. And we will spend a little words about this in our presentation later. But if you're following us, it also means that you are aware of the fact that Milano is a great choice for any creative student, any student interested in the subjects of creativity. And this is why they decided to open this branch here. What about the keywords that I was mentioning? We are an international school. We are cosmopolitan. We are born international, and we bring some international perspective to the city of Milan, where other design institutes are, other creative schools are, but they are Italian school offering courses in English, whereas we are a truly international and cosmopolitan international school with the staff which is international, the students which are international, the teachers which are international, all in the center of Milano. And what happens in this cosmopolitan environment is that we are working in a cutting-edge environment, and I will show you the facilities in a video in a short while. But what we like to do in the school is to hybridize the subjects of creativity. This means that as students of photography, of fashion photography, we will not just work and do projects and learn between each other, but you will also do projects and learn and workshop and take active participation with the other students from the other courses. We like to mix things up. We offer workshops with companies regardless the course that you are studying, and you will find yourself working and studying and doing projects with students from undergraduate and master courses, product design, interior design, fashion marketing, fashion design, every kind of creative subjects which is at school. There will be moments in which you will work together, and I will show you a couple of projects where we put students from these different disciplines together in order to achieve something more unique, which only can happen thanks to this hybridization and co-creation. I also mentioned the fact that we are a small school in the center of Milano, and this enables a very personalized learning experience. I will let you know later, we have very small classes. We foster a very personal relationship between each of you and our lecturers, our teachers, and we are able to create an environment very respectful of the identities of everyone. And we're also able to cater to individual needs. So if what you're looking for is not a gigantic design school with hundreds of students, but rather a smaller, a boutique creative school, we are what you're looking for. Let's move on and let's check out the facilities first. This is our small building in the Porta Venezia district in center Milano. Let's have a virtual tour of our facilities, and let's meet right after. So there are places to study, there are places to get your hands dirty, there are places to read, there are places to learn. This is all inside this very small and curated building at the center of Milano, and each course or each area has dedicated laboratories. We have the fashion laboratory, we have the design laboratory, we have the photographic laboratory, of course, and also the computer lab, or also dedicated exhibition spaces that we provide for you to showcase your projects during the most important events in the city of Milano. And that's exactly what I would like to talk about right now. So you have the opportunity to do every step of a project within the school in our laboratories, thanks to your lecturers and professors. But at the same time, we want you to be an active part of the creative environment of the city. And this is why not only we want that you are able to work at school, but we also want you to know what's going on in the city. And this is how we create our relationship with the city of Milano in two main ways. The first way is that we are partner with the most important events in the city. So we are partners of the Design Week, and I will show you what our photography students and design students and fashion students did during the Design Week. Not only we are partnered with the Fashion Week, and we provide our students with the possibility to have their own fashion shows during the graduate fashion show in October every year. And in this event, all students, also the photography students, take part to support the colleague designers. But Milano is also a magnet of creatives, meaning that in the city you will find big brands, small brands, exhibition, service providers, photo studios, production studios, and so on and so forth. And you will get to know each of them, which is useful for your job. So you will not only learn at school, but you will also learn from the cities. You will know which one is the best photo studio for still life. You will know which one is the best production company to get you a model last minute. You will get to know which one has, I don't know, a bigger set of lights. This is the kind of knowledge that you will get by studying with us. So not only within the school walls, but also by leaving the cities as protagonists of the creative scene. And this is very important, and it's invaluable, because not only you will build your own portfolio, but you will build your network of professional contacts, which at the end of the course, it's going to be very, very useful for starting your first steps in the world of design. And we like to consider us a little club of creatives, a little tight community, which is operating within the school without borders. And this is once again underlying the fact that we really, really like to mix things up and let you work with different disciplines in all aspects of creativity. And you will have some examples in a minute. A few technical information before going deeper into the specific kind of course, the fashion photography master course. One teacher, every 2 students, meaning that you will have small classrooms and more, sometimes more teachers than students, and this will enable you to develop a personal relationship with them. You will have their own WhatsApp contact. If you have a specific interest in photography, a specific technique, a specific project that you would like to do, you will be able to ask for it, because we have room for this kind of personalized and individual tutoring. But you will also be able to learn from each other and not be just a number into, amid, hundreds of students. So for us, you're not just a number. We are able to really dedicate individual timing for each and every one of you. Who are our teachers? Our teachers are protagonists of the Italian and international creative scene. We don't have full-time professors. We only have professors who spend their time doing their job, being studio owners or freelance photographers, or creative director in magazines, or working for big brands, being a director of photography for fashion, big or small fashion houses. And this is the kind of network that you will build inside the school, because they will be your teachers, but they also will bring you to their own friends, their own colleagues, and you will be able to visit their studios and build your own portfolio thanks to real life projects. This is just a very quick snapshot of how many teachers gravitate around the school every day. But let's go deeper into the master course in fashion photography by listening to the words of the course coordinator, Davide Gallizio. I apologize, it's in Italian, but there are subtitles in English. You're going to be able to understand his presentation. Or if there's anything that you don't understand, feel free to ask questions in the dedicated section, and I will be answering it later on. So let's hear from Davide.
Sono Davide Gallizio, faccio il fotografo e vivo qui a Milano dal 2005, dove ho studiato e oggi lavoro. Collaboro con diversi brand milanesi e internazionali legati al mondo della moda e del design. Da quest'anno sarò il coordinatore del master di fotografia, un master che ha l'obiettivo di formare gli studenti che parteciperanno attraverso un percorso il più ampio possibile nel mondo della fotografia. Questo master vuole essere un tuffo tra i linguaggi e le tecniche più classiche, l'editoria, lo sviluppo delle pellicole e i percorsi di stampa, ma anche attraverso una ricerca ed una sperimentazione nei linguaggi più nuovi, come l'intelligenza artificiale e i meccanismi che regolano l'interazione tra fotografia e social. Il corso avrà delle parti didattiche più teoriche, ma soprattutto vuole accompagnare gli studenti in un percorso pratico e di sperimentazione. Non è necessario avere nel proprio background le capacità complete dell'utilizzo degli strumenti fotografici, perché insieme durante tutta la durata del corso affronteremo anche parti più tecniche. Ma chi si vuole iscrivere a questo corso deve essere sicuramente un appassionato di fotografia e aver voglia di lavorare in gruppo e mettersi in discussione.
So we heard from Davide, who is the course coordinator, a few aspects of this course, which we will check out deeper into the course brochure that we will have a look at it together. But we also heard from him the kind of students that we would like to have in our courses. And it's basically two kinds of students. So somebody with a previous experience in photography, maybe generic photography, who would like to go deeper into fashion and therefore build their portfolio in the fashion environment, and therefore change a little bit the direction of their career, but also photography enthusiasts, maybe not professionals, who know the basic techniques about photography, who would like to start their professional life in the field of fashion photography. So this is, all of this information is present in the course brochure. There are generic information, but what I would like to show you right now is the program. So first of all, please download this document. It's available in the handout section, but let's have a look together at the different modules so that I can show you a little bit better how this journey will start and end. So the hands-on modules, meaning that everything will be very, very practical, even if some parts will be theoretical at school, the majority of them will be delivered outside of the school in studios or in some partners' facilities. So we will start with photography and technical skills to make sure that all the class has the basic well, that's probably, thank you for, let's try to make it a little bigger. I don't know if it works, but yes, please download it. I will speak on it in the meanwhile. So photography and technical skill is the module which is dedicated to making sure that all the participants have at least a minimum technical base at the same level. If of course, you are a professional photographer and you already have such basic skills, you will use this module to go deeper into some other subjects. As I mentioned, it will be an individual tutoring because the class will be small. So this module is tailored upon your own entry level. Then we will go on with a little bit of theory in terms of art direction and visual strategy. So some of you will want to become photographers, some of you will want to become art directors and maybe visual strategists, and we will give you the basics to be able to start that career as well. Then we will go on and we will make you experiment with your own hands, project management and production in the visual area. So it's not just theory. You will be put into very stressful situation in terms of production, because this is where you really learn, when you are confronted with a real life experience and you have to deliver something in a very short timing. Then digital content creation, because photography right now is not just for printing, it's also for the digital world, especially social media. We mentioned that. If your interest is being a digital content creator, also this master can be an opportunity to learn about techniques and social media interactions and how to build the perfect image for the different channels. We talked about artificial intelligence, how this is going to change the subject or the profession of photographer. I had an interview with Papi, the course coordinator, asking him about the current trends of fashion photography today, and I got a very interesting answer. And he told me, ask me again next week and the week after, because every week there is a new trend, every week there is a new app, every week there is a new technology, and we need to keep up with all this technological development if we want to stay in the business. So we will talk, right now we're talking about artificial intelligence in photography, but maybe in November, when the course starts, a new technology will be there, and you will learn it, because we will be up to date with the current situation in the market, and we will not let you behind with the very old programs. Then we have photography and video for advertising. So it's not just about the still image, but also the moving image. There will be some elements of that, as well as some elements of editorial and publishing. Of course, dedicated to the fashion realm. You see in my back, there are several magazines. We are partnering with fashion magazines, both in terms of you will find them at school, but also we will provide you the opportunity to work with them. And I will show you some examples of that immediately after. Then, very important, fashion photography. This is the main project leading to the final project of the master course. Then portfolio and visual identity, to put all that you have been doing before the master, during the master, into a coherent portfolio able to present you on the job market, and also some theoretical elements of image rights and legal regulations, which are always useful and to avoid, any complication. So as you see, it's a very comprehensive photography master course, very hands-on, but with a very specific focus on the fashion industry, not only printing, but also digital and video, and there is also a connection with the fashion movies and so on. This kind of information, 72 hours design week, personal branding and career support, I will speak about this in a minute during our presentation. So I mentioned the fact that our students, our master course students, worked with the fashion magazines. And what I would like to show you right now is a project that happened this year. And we put together fashion students, fashion designers, fashion communication students, and also our students from the visual design department and photography, as well as our undergraduate students in the visual and graphic design. There was a competition in Marie Claire, which is a fashion publication dedicated to beauty products. So the beauty products were selected by a jury, and they presented these beauty products to the students, and they got the possibility to style, produce, shoot, and publish the images dedicated to this important prize on this important magazine. So let's check out the video first, and then I will show you also the single shoots that were made for every one of those projects.
Sono Davide Gallizio, faccio il fotografo e vivo qui.
I'm so sorry, there was a... So this whole project, which was, not just an exercise, it got printed on Marie Claire, it got distributed all over Italy, and not only in printing format, but also in digital format, was the opportunity for our students, first of all, to dedicate very short time in a very last-minute project, as it happens in the real world, but also to build their own portfolio, not just with a personal exercise, but with a client. And this is invaluable for every student who would like to present themselves into the real world, to show the experience, to show the fact that they already had dealt with clients before. Please, let's show the PDF about this project, because I would like to spend a few words on every project which is there. For example, we have different brands who participated to this competition internal to this magazine. We have Veleda, which is an organic Swiss brand, and our students not only had to take the shoot, but also they had to imagine the visual atmosphere to present the product connected with the brand values and connected with the specific product characteristics. So here I see a flower, I see an olive, meaning that probably those are the ingredients of the product itself. And so you see, this is a sun product, and how different it is, the visual language that our students decided to use to showcase this one, as well as another one, a very high-tech one, or another one based on perfumes and natural elements, and so on and so forth. So not only they decided to take a shoot, but also they had to imagine the overall visual identity of this shooting, and they can show right now this project in their portfolio, and only after a few months that the course started. You have the Dyson phone here, you have some perfumes, you have some hair products, a lot of them. And not only they got, their pictures, but they also got a dedicated article in the same magazine, which was a huge accomplishment for each of them, explaining what was behind the scenes. Let's move on, because this was an example of a project that our students did in terms of still life. But fashion photography is not just still life, it's not just beauty. Sometimes we go to the fashion week, and I will also talk to you about that, but we will also do some, shootings in the city. So I would like to show you right now a project that our master student did together with our 3-year courses in fashion design. So we had fashion designers, and I would like to show the video, which is called the Design Week video, in which the fashion design students designed some garments, and together with our master students, they created the outfits, they created the atmospheres, and they made videos and photography in the city of Milano during the Design Week. So please, let's check out the video.
Do this anymore. I gotta hit the bus, 'cause I was in Tokyo, popping shit off, while you were down in Sydney trying to get jacked off. I was in London, being the queen, and you were in my head, saying we should not be doing that.
So once again, not an experience in a studio, but an experience in real life, in the city, during a design week with a real model and a real production team to let you experiment what it means to produce images for the fashion world. Let's go on with a few information about what it means to be a student in city, in Raffles and in the city, because we want to make your life easy. We are partners with magazines, once again, that you will find at school. We are partners with Furban, which provides healthy food option at school. We have hundreds of agreements with companies like shops, accommodation providers, or health or wealth, gyms, whatever we can do to make your life easier in Milano, we will be doing so. And so one of the questions that I got asked so many times is, will you help me in finding accommodation? Yes, we will. We will share with you the list of accommodation providers that we work with in terms of residences, house owners, agencies that help international students in finding an option. And you can count on such network of pre-screened partners to help your life in Milano. But this doesn't stop, with your arrangements before arriving. Also, while you are here, you will be pampered and followed with a lot of agreements and a lot of opportunities. Let's move on. The school is open Monday to Saturday from morning to the night, as you can see, but it's very important to say that for your specific master course, you will spend a lot of time outside of the school. So if you want, the school is open for you. It's a place where you can go, you can study, you can leave your items in our lockers, you can use our equipment, but this particular master course will happen a lot outside of our classrooms and a lot in our partner studios and photo studios and so on. As I mentioned, before. As every master students, we will ask your availability from Tuesday to Friday. Only occasionally some activities will be done in the weekend, but that's something different. What I would like to spend a few more words about is the interdisciplinary workshops, because I showed you already that we make you work with different kind of students from different kind of courses, but there is one specific activity, the 72 hours workshop, which deserves a few words, because this one happens every year. We are very proud of this format. It's like an hackathon for design, an hackathon for creative students, because companies will come to the school, and it was going to be every kind of companies. We can have a fashion company, a mobility company, a design company, a hospitality company. We really don't care the industry, but they will want something creative out of us. And you will only have 72 hours to produce an output connected to the briefing, and you will not do this by courses, but we will mix you up. You will work, for example, you are a master in photography student, you will work with a first year student in interior design, a second year student in fashion design, and a third year student in graphic design. And together you will have to design, a campaign for a fashion company. Something like this. Or last year, we worked with a mobility company, Lime, working with scooters or bicycles. And our students coming from different courses designed a visual identity and got this visual identity printed on the vehicles that went in the city during the design week. So once again, thanks to our partnership with the major events in town, the Milano Design Week, which is one of the biggest in the world, as well as the Milano Fashion Week, which once again is one of the 4 big in the world, we are able to provide you opportunities to showcase your project in such important windows. And another window that we would like to give you to showcase your talent is the Portfolio Night, happening every year in October. So at the end of your path with us, where we invite opinion leaders, decision makers, directors, studio owners, brands, companies to check out what you can do in the Portfolio Night. But how will you build your portfolio? Well, by yourself, but with our help. We do have a dedicated service, the career service, whose job is to help you build your personal branding, organize the Portfolio Night, showcase you thanks to competitions, internship, and provide you the opportunity to move your first steps in the creative world. I will encourage you to visit our website, and in the menu you will look for career service. You will find today that already 96 or 97% of the students graduated in November found a job, but already almost 50% of the students who are still in the class, so third-year students in the bachelor and the one-year students in the master, which are currently at school, they already found their job to move on after the course is done. So this is the kind of relationship that you will get through the school, but most of all through the professors, because you will have such a direct relationship and such a personal knowledge of each other that this is going to be very easy and very organic. Last but not least, the admission process. The admission process foresee those different steps. The first one is to be in touch with one of our advisors. We will be in touch with you because you registered to this webinar. So in the next few days, if this didn't happen already, you will receive an email or a WhatsApp number, WhatsApp message or a call, according to where you're from, to propose that you fix an info session. This info session is the step one, because we want to make sure that you have all the information about the course, that you know what you're getting into, that you know that this is a very practical course. We want to make sure that what that your expectations are met. Let's say that. As soon as you are ready to apply, you will send a list of documents to the advisor who is following you, and this list of documents is once again available in the handout section. So in the handout section you will find both the course brochure as well as the admission process in detail, and some also information on the fees of the masters and so on. The third step would be to meet the course coordinator or our academic director for a conversation to examine the documents that you sent, for example, your motivational letter or your portfolio, your CV, to know who you are so we can build the perfect class. And after this admission interview, we will give you some documents to sign and you will pay the enrollment fee. And in case you are from outside of Europe, you will get all the documents that you need to apply for the visa. We still have a few scholarships available, even though the scholarship competition ended a few weeks ago. We still have to assign a few scholarships. So in case you are interested, I encourage you to apply immediately, because we need to assign them within the end of this month, within the end of June. So hurry up. We still have a few available. Contact your advisor, ask for it. We have 50, 30, 20% scholarships. We need to double check by the time that you apply what is still available, but some of them are still there. So don't be shy, move on, and let's also use this chance to lower a little bit the tuition fees. See you in Raffles Milano, hopefully. Now it's time for your questions.
Yes, exactly, and that's where I come back in. So thanks, Jacopo, for that. And I already saw some questions coming in, so I will go through those. Also, just to highlight for people that are watching the recording, you can also still write your questions. We can send them through to the staff of Raffles. Of course, we cannot answer them then right now, but we will send it through so they can answer you probably by email. Also, I noticed some people joining late, so just to mention, we are recording this, and you will be sent the recording right after, so you can watch what you maybe missed out on. Good. Let's go to the questions. Anna was asking, what are the current trends in fashion photography?
Well, I will reply with what the course coordinator, Davide Gallizio, told me when I asked him the same question. And I will go a little bit deeper than what I said already during the presentation. So first of all, everything is changing very quickly. So what could be considered a trend today might be old tomorrow or next week or next month. So it's important to keep up with what's going on, and in this course we will give you the tools to keep up with this advancement. Right now, one of the main trends, not in fashion photography but in photography in general, is the use of AI as a tool to perform better as a photographer. It's very important that you have this in mind, that you know how to use the tool, that you have a creative idea, that you know how you want to build your image in order to use the AI in the correct way. Because the more technical tools will be there to help create new images, the more we need as humans to develop our ability to work with such tools and to ask the right questions and to use them correctly to then be successful professionals. So, and this is a dedicated module in the course to make sure that you can master such tools and you can surf the wave and not be completely overwhelmed by what's going on. Then the second is the fact that, and also this is a part of the course, is the fact that sometimes photographers are not just used to provide still images, but productions want the photographer to be both a photographer and a video maker. Okay, so something that in the past was two different professions. I am the photographer, I take pictures. I am the video maker, I make movies or films. This is changing, and some of them, the same person should be able to provide both services. Also, this is something that we will provide in the course, at least in terms of giving you the minimum set of skills to be able to perform in both worlds. And last but not least, and there are more, of course, but I'm trying to, sum a little bit up. Otherwise, you should be in the course to learn all of them. Is that once again, the photographer right now is not only asked to perform the technical act of the shooting, but it's also involved in a strategic step of creating the idea of the image before going, into production. And right now, this creative and strategic part is not done by individuals, it's done by teams of people. And we will train your ability to work with people, to work within a group of people to achieve a result, which is not just the idea of one single genius, but it's the outcome of a very complex and layered and sometimes difficult decision-making process, but we will teach you, and you will learn how to navigate complexity and bring about your ideas and make sure that the final outcome is professional, even though maybe it's not the one idea that you first brought to the table. Okay, so I would focus on these three aspects because we will train such abilities in the course for you.
Okay, great. Thank you. That I hope was a good answer for you, Anna. And Anna had a question about the application process. I think it was just before you explained it.
I can repeat it. I think it's a good exercise for. Just give me a second.
About the specialization, tuition fees, and any specific admission requirements.
Okay, so Anna, by registering to this webinar, you will be contacted very soon by one of our admission advisors. It can be Eva or it can be Laura, I don't know yet, but you will receive an email from either of them. In this email, you will find, the same information which are available for you to download in this webinar. So the course brochure, as well as the admission process, the tuition fees, and the discount opportunities. But most of all, you will have a person to talk to concerning all of your doubts and to assist you with the course application. As I mentioned, it's 4 steps. You will do this info session with the advisor. Then whenever you're ready, you will prepare a set of documents, including your passport, your CV, motivational letter. In case you studied before in a creative school, we would like to know that. Anything, language certificate, a very standard application dossier. And we will submit this dossier to the course leader and to our academic director. And according to both of your availabilities, because we want you to be comfortable. Also, I don't know if you're still working or if you're studying. In a moment in which is convenient for you, we will arrange a video call with the course leader and our academic director. This interview, it's not an exam. It's a moment in which we talk about your previous path. We talk about your expectations for the course, and we make sure that the course is fit for you and you are fit for the course. After this moment, you will get always assisted by the advisor, some paperwork to be done to complete your enrollment after our admission. Concerning tuition fees, they are divided into enrollment fee and tuition fee. Also, the detail of this master course is available for download in the documents. What is important to know is that at the moment of admission, it will only be required to pay the enrollment fee, whereas the tuition fee, according to the fact that you are European or non-European, have a different payment plan in the months to come, but the payment should be done before the beginning of the course, which I forgot every year is in the second part of November. So the course will start in November. There is still a little time to process all the applications, but especially for non-European students, our suggestion really, please start in June your application and end in July, because a visa process might take time. And the sooner you apply, the more time you have to edit if something is wrong. We really need to have some time to make sure that everything is right.
Okay.
Hope this solves all your doubts. If it doesn't, please feel free to contact your advisor as soon as they are in touch with you to go on in this conversation.
Okay, I see the thumbs up, so I guess that is giving an answer. Very good. Next question from Nicole. What kind of applicants are you looking for?
Sure. This is also very interesting, and we had this conversation long enough with our course coordinator. He tried in his presentation to answer briefly to this question, and I also tried to briefly give you this answer before. To sum it up, we are looking for 2 kinds of students for this kind of master. So the first kind of student is professionals photographer, which do not have any experience in the fashion world, which would like to shift their career from a more generic kind of photography, reporters, or different kind of photography, to the fashion world. We want that, and we are able to work with the professionals wanting to shifting their career. First, ideal student. Second ideal student is somebody who doesn't have a professional approach to photography, or a professional experience in photography, but they are passionate about it. They know the basics. They know some techniques. They know how to shoot digitally / analogically, and would like to start making photography a profession. And also in this case, we are able to build the base, build the foundation, and provide with these intense months of portfolio building projects a structured enough portfolio for them to propose themselves to the job market. So this is the 2 kind of students that we're looking for.
Great, thank you. And question from Victor, what do I have to do to succeed as a fashion photographer?
If I knew it, I would be one, but well, first of all, you need to be curious, but this goes for all the creative subjects, because you need to know what's going on in the world, which is your environment. Your clients will be fashion brands. You need to know what's going on in the fashion world. You need to know which brand is hype, which is the latest collab, which is making the customers go crazy, which is the visual identity of the brand that represents you more. Also very important, and we will develop this in the course, you have to have your own personal style. You have to build your own language as a photographer. You need to be clearly identified in the style of your image, because to be successful, it doesn't mean to work for everyone, but it means to work for the right match. So if you're able to build your own style, your own language, your own identity, then it will be easier for brands or for production directors or for marketing managers or for whoever is looking for a photographer to recognize you and say, yes, I like this style, I want him or her, I want you for my project. So be out there, know what's going on, showcase your work, and make it consistent. And come to the master course, because we will train you to do so.
Exactly. Great. Well, thank you for that. I hope that helped you, Victor. Question from Mari. Let's see. Well, I answered if the session was recorded. Yes. If you joined late, no problem. You can actually stay online. Even within minutes, it will restart. So you can just stay online and watch it from the start. And the question added: will there be any help of internship or work opportunities after completion of the master program? And added is the possible visa support if needed.
Okay. Yes, of course. Also in this case, we have two ways in which we will help you in finding an internship or the first job opportunities. First one is organic through our faculty. So the course coordinators, the professors, the lecturers are professional photographers, always involved in productions, always needing for new assistants or new, fresh talent to work with. And so the majority of the opportunities will come from this personal relationship that you will build with them, thanks to the closeness that you will build with them throughout this intensive course. The second way in which we will help you, and this goes both for the internship opportunity, but also the visa transformation if needed, is thanks to our career service. So we have a dedicated person who, in case you didn't find an opportunity organically, is there to propose your portfolio to the companies that we work with, to the studios that we work with, to other professionals, and to make sure that you find your opportunity. In terms of legal aspects, students are able to transform their student visa into I'm looking for a job visa, which lasts at max 12 months. So during those 12 months, you may you may transition from an internship to a job, or you will have the time to understand what it means to create a studio, what it means to create, a partnership with an Italian to make sure that you can, both work in the respective countries. There are several ways in which you can, put a foot in Italy or Europe and move your first steps. I forgot to mention something, so thank you, Mariana, for your question, because I just mentioned this at the beginning, but it's very important. Not necessarily you will have to stay in Italy or in Europe to move your first steps in the world of creativity. We are also able to push you and be your gateway to Asia, because Raffles Education Network is in Milano, but it's an international school with the headquarters in Singapore, schools in China, India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia. It's countries full of opportunities, and they're just a phone call away. So if you're also looking for opportunities in Asia, we are able to do so, and we are the only school which is able to do so.
Good. Great. Well, thank you for that. And those were the questions we've received. And
Okay.
I'm just checking if there's any other one in the chat. No, that doesn't seem to be. That's been all answered. So we seem to be good. Yeah, I think then slowly we can round up the session. There's been a lot of information already provided to you, so I imagine it's quite extensive and complete. You have all the information. If you want to know more, you can check out the handouts, of course, as mentioned. There you have the course brochure and the admissions brochure to download. And also in the links section, you can actually click on the button to apply. So it's actually now showing up on the screen as well. So if you want to know more and look to possibly apply, you can click right there.
Anyway, we will be in touch with each of you personally in the upcoming hours/days. So you will be able to ask any of your doubts in case anything comes to your mind after this presentation.
Perfect. Great. Well, having said that, I would like to thank everybody for having joined. And I have a question for everyone because we'd like to know how we did. So I'm going to publish the poll over our heads. Mine for sure. There it is. So please let us know what you thought about this presentation. If everything was good, then do give us a good feedback. And otherwise, let us know in the chat or get in touch with us. So by all means, yeah, thank you all for your feedback. And maybe last words from you, Jacobo.
Yes, well, thank you a lot for your presence here today with us, and see you in Raffles Milano very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Great. Bye-bye, everyone.